this might be. So I have one of my favorite speakers here today, Bonnie Russell, Reverend Dr. Bonnie Russell. She's got a lot of titles on her name, well-deserved and well-earned. Bonnie always knew she was a natural-born healer. She was raised in a holistic household. She understood that good food, herbs, and vitamins, coupled with good moods and elevated vibrations, are all we need to maintain a healthy mind, body, and spirit. But her inquisitive mind, that gorgeous left brain that we put in alignment with our right brain, that's what's going to save the world here. Her inquisitive mind wanted to know how and why these things worked, how it all fit together, and what it looks like under a microscope. Her burning desire to find these answers took her to some very interesting places, none the least of which is the other side. So Bonnie will talk about this. She has had 3 near-death experiences. One as a toddler, one in her senior year of high school, and the third when she was living in the jungle of Central America. Okay, now I want to stay for the rest of the talk. Come on. She is a board-certified HHP, natural healer, speaker, and #1 international best-selling author. So today, with Bonnie, we are going to do a deep dive into all things wellness in a way that only Bonnie can explain to you. So without further ado, let's all welcome Bonnie Russell.
Thank you so much. I want to meet this wonderful person that you're talking about. That's not me. So like she said, I have my doctorate in shamanic healing. I've actually got to study for 5 years in the jungles of Central America with a Maya shaman, which I still can't believe I got the opportunity to do that. And I have had 3 near-death experiences. The first one was when I was a toddler, and I fell hard enough that I hit my head and knocked myself out, scared the heck out of my parents, and of course was rushed to the emergency room. Now I remember being in the x-ray, and you know the sound, that bang, bang, bang of the x-ray machine, right? And I remember looking over and seeing my mother with tears, mascara running down her face. And years later, when I was able to, I told her that memory. And she said, no, honey, that's not possible because I was very pregnant with your brother at the time and they wouldn't let me in the room. And so I had visited her in the waiting room as a little baby. I had left my body and I went and I saw her in the waiting room. Shortly after that happened, it must have been because I can remember still seeing the bars of my crib. A line of spirits made their way in the bedroom door, walked all around the perimeter of the room, and then up onto the foot of my crib, walked right through the bars and into the wall behind me. And one of those really stood out to me. And he was a Native American, full headdress, bells, furs, all the whole thing. And he came right up to my face, and I'm not sure that he said anything. I don't think that he did, but he just let me know that everything was okay, that this was my posse and they were with me and it was going to be all right. Shortly after that, I started to have experiences just knowing when someone was going to pass. I came skipping through the kitchen one day at my grandmother's house and I said, Andy's dead, Andy's dead. To which, of course, I was told, that's not nice. Don't do that, right? And then the phone rang and my mother's cousin Andy's body was found. He was fishing and they found his body floating in the lake. So little things like that just started to happen all the time for me. On the playground, seeing the auras of other children and describing them to the other children and being shunned and like, what is she talking about? And so I learned how to shut up. I learned how to put all that in a little box in the back of my mind and just leave it. And then I had my second near-death experience when I was 17 years old. It was right when they first passed the seatbelt laws. So everybody was wearing their seatbelts at the time. But I was in the back seat of a 1974 Firebird. This was the hottest little sports car, right? And we were having a great time flying down the highway. And someone cut us off in traffic. We were in the left lane. They cut us off in traffic, and we hit a telephone pole. I remember seeing the pole. It was about from here to where the door is, and that's my last memory of it. I woke up in the recovery room, and the doctor asked me 3 questions. He said, "Do you know where you are?" And I said, "I think I'm in the hospital." And he said, "Do you know what happened?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure we hit that pole." And he said, "Do you know how long we've been here?" And I said, "Oh gosh, it must be like 3 weeks." And he said, "No, it's been about 4 or 5 hours."
Oh.
When he said that to me, the tears just started to flow down my face because I couldn't believe I had been in paradise. I had all the answers to all the questions in the world at my fingertips. It was incredible. I got to see everyone who I ever lost, and it happened like that, just in a snap, in an instant. So I couldn't believe it. And the tears, I didn't know if I was just in a state of disbelief or relief that I was back, because I was only 17 years old. I had stuff I wanted to do. In fact, that night we were rushing home because I had a date. I had a first date with a really cute boy in school, which of course I didn't get to go on. But yes, I was relieved to be back. After that happened, after I had that experience, I had to open that box in the back of my mind and say, wait a minute, there is more to this. And that's when I started to study all the world's religions. That's when I read my Bible forward and backwards. My best friend was Jewish, and I started to go to classes with her at her temple. My next door neighbor was a Mormon, and I started to go to temple with her and learn all about her religion. And I was insatiable. I woke up thinking about it. I went to bed thinking about it. I wanted to know, how does this stuff work? And why is it that I was able to see it so clearly? I have perfect, clear memories of all of it. And when I bring it up, people roll their eyes. There's a huge disconnect, and we have to fix that. That's ridiculous. That's silly. We can't do that, right? So I have dedicated my adult life to teaching people how to become their own gurus, their own shaman, how to tap into that part of you that still remembers what it's like in that place where we came from and where we will return to. Last night it was so funny. We were at the Moose Lodge, that's our local place, and a young lady had on a shirt, "Relax, we're all gonna die." And people were saying to her, "That's a terrible shirt, oh my gosh." And but I said, well, we're all, none of us gets to stay forever. We don't. So it would help us very much if we were able to remember and be okay with the fact that we're going to go back to paradise. One of the things that I learned was that there is nothing to fear. There is no judgment. It's all joy and love, pure love. That is all that's waiting for us. And yes, you'll get to look back at the memories of the things that you experienced in this lifetime so that you can make it make sense, so that when you come back again, you don't have to do those same things. And we do travel in soul schools. We go through lifetime after lifetime with the same groups of people, so that you get to play out different scenarios with them. My son at one time was my brother. My sister at one time was my father. So the two of us still butt heads. But it's just old leftover energy. And when we talk about it, we're able to go, oh yeah, okay, that's not this time. You're just my sister this time. And it's easier. I had a client one time who had a very antagonistic relationship with her mother-in-law. She was the stereotype, like this horrible person who she just couldn't do anything right in her mother-in-law's eyes. So she came to me for a hypnotherapy session, and what we found was that they had made an agreement, they had made a contract before they came into this lifetime that they were going to be this for each other. They were actually, in the scope of eternity, best friends. But they decided to play these roles together in this lifetime. When you think about that from the observer's perspective, seeing how this is all playing out, doesn't it make it easier? It makes it so much easier for us to be able to say, all right, this is just a role. It's just a role, and it's not going to last forever. It's okay. There are seats up here. Well, they're kind of interspersed. We know that we're on the right path when we start to experience synchronicities, when things just start to work out without hardly any effort. You just kind of get that perfect parking spot. Not just a good parking spot, but the perfect parking spot. Annie and I went to the zoo one day. We just wanted to go see the baby animals. We went to the zoo. And I thought, I'm going to intend a beautiful parking spot. When we got there, where was our parking spot?
The very first one.
The very first parking spot. Now, we got there late. It was almost noon. The place was packed. The parking spot at the door was empty. And as I was pulling in it, I was thinking, this has got to be a handicap spot. There was no signs. I'm like, I just got the perfect parking spot. I just did. And things just start to work out for you like that. How about, all right, us ladies, we understand this. We love to shop. We love to go to the mall because we delight in surprises. Well, so does the universe. You love it when you come across that perfect thing on the shelf and you just go, oh, I knew this. This is calling my name, right? Well, imagine you're in the kitchen one day and you look over at your old cruddy salt and pepper shakers and you think to yourself, oh man, I gotta do something about those. I need to get new ones. And they don't even match the decor anymore. And they just kind of put it away in the back of your mind. And then one day you're at the mall and you're just walking through Williams-Sonoma and boom, perfect. Salt and pepper shakers. They match identical, the weird color that you have that nobody else has. They're just perfect for you. That is the universe delighting in surprises. You didn't set out for that. You didn't pick a time when that was going to come to you. You just set an intent. You forgot it. You chose a thing that you wanted to have, and you let your subconscious mind and your inner guidance system just handle it for you, and it got handled. Those are the little things. Now, the trick is to start using that same exact system for the big things. Now, I have managed to manifest some pretty big things, like working with a Maya shaman for 5 years. I had no idea that that was going to come to pass. I just thought that might be a cool thing to do. And he came and he found me. He came and he knocked on my door. And he said, my family's not interested. They think that America's got it right. They want a pill. They're not interested in learning about plant medicine and spirit medicine. Are you? Absolutely. Sign me up. Let's go. Where do we go? I was ready. Yes. And so I got to do that. Annie and I have been working with Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden since last June. We get together every week with a global network of healers coming up with plans on how we can bring all of this information to the people. And it's working. We're getting it out there. But that was one of those things. I think all of us would say, yeah, I'd love to work with Bruce Lipton. Mm-hmm. Well, I had that thought. And this one started lighting candles. She needs to meet Bruce Lipton. She needs to meet, right. And so it just happened. It just worked. Barbara, who was just standing here introducing me to all of you. I didn't come looking for her. She came and found us. We had a little expo at the Massage, a holistic expo with healers and psychics and fitness professionals. And she came in there and said, I want you to be a part of my Soul Surge family. And so here we are. But these are just things, these are just thoughts. I just want to be in the stream of that consciousness. I want to be in the flow of the people who are getting these things done. And then boom, the universe says, here you go. Boom, oh, here you go. It just happens. So now I'm manifesting a mansion because I want to create a healing academy. I want a place where I can bring anyone who is in need. I don't want a penny. I just want you to come and heal. I want to hold you and love you and feed you and make you better. That's what I'm manifesting now. So all of you go home and light candles so that I can do that. That's what we want. So we came here to have an epic adventure, right or wrong. We know this, yes. Life is supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun, you are doing it wrong, 100%. Because we know that we're going to return to paradise. Total joy. Why would we spend one moment worrying about anything, knowing that that's our ultimate destination? it doesn't make sense when you put it in that kind of perspective, right? So Annie and I represent the AllOne Healing Academy because we are all connected. Everything is connected. All those synchronicities, that salt and pepper shaker, it's all part of the same energy, and we call it quantum entanglement. If I have a thought here, it has to come out over there. And it works the same way with negative thoughts. If I have a negative thought here, that's going to come out too. It's going to turn into a car accident, a broken leg, something over there. So what I like to teach my clients and tell my students is, when you catch yourself in those lower vibrations, if you catch yourself feeling sorry for yourself or anything in that vicinity, remind yourself that, oh, I just turned off my immune system. Because what happens when you're in those lower vibrations, and Greg Braden taught us this, that's the heart math, heart-brain coherence. We've always known that the brain tells the body what to do. He has found under a microscope that the brain listens to the heart. The heart tells the brain to tell the body what to do. So when we're in these lower vibrational frequencies, when we're in these yellows and oranges and reds, we turn off our serotonin, we turn off our dopamine, and we turn off our oxytocin. That's our immune system. So when you catch yourself sliding into that, woe is me, the first thing I think is, I just turned off my immune system. I don't want to do that. I want to be well. And especially in the age of COVID, I don't want to turn off my immune system. I want to be happy. Because as soon as you raise your vibrational frequency to a place where you're just satisfied, you don't have to be blissed out. You just have to be okay. You will turn on your oxytocin. You will turn off your cortisol. And all of your systems will work with you. That's probably the biggest lesson you have to learn. At the AllOne Healing Academy, we have an acronym for AllOne. And the A stands for alignment. Everything is alignment. When you are in alignment and all of those happy juices are flowing, all of the things that you desire will come to you. They can't not. The first L in AllOne is love, because that's all there is. You know, when you turn the dial to turn on your heat, you either turn your heat on or off. All that exists is heat. There's no such thing as cold. You don't turn on the cold. All there is love. And the opposite of that is the lack of love, which is fear and jealousy and all of those things. But love is the energy. That's the engine that keeps everything going. The second L is leave it. Just leave it. You cannot reach these higher vibrations. You cannot reach your goals. You cannot have all of the desires if you're still holding on to old baggage. If you're still holding on to old garbage, it will keep you weighed down. It will keep you from achieving all of your dreams. And that's the trickiest thing, isn't it? Because every single one of us has had heartbreak, horrible circumstances. None of us is alone in that. And that too, just recognizing that and going, I'm not alone in that. We've all had shit things happen to us. We all have. And so we have to all let it go together. You just gotta let it go so that you can float to the top, so that the cream can rise to the top. That's how this works. The O in AllOne is for observe. Remember the example I gave earlier about the observer looking through you and seeing? Spend time as the observer. Watch your life happening as if it's happening on a movie screen. If you can do that, you remove the emotional layer from it so that you can say, as if it's somebody else on there, hey, you know, you ought to, because if it's you, it's hard to remember what to do because you're in the middle of it and the emotions are going. But if it's somebody else, you always have the perfect advice for somebody else. So spend time as the observer, looking at your life through the eyes of your higher self, the part of you that knows exactly what you need and when you need it. The N in AllOne, I took a little little liberty with this is for integrity. It starts with the N sound. All of this is rooted in your integrity. You cannot achieve a thing if you're a liar. You cannot achieve a thing if you're lying to yourself. You cannot achieve a thing if you're still believing a lie that somebody else told you about how you're not worthy, you're not good enough, girls aren't good at math, whatever it is, that keeps you out of your integrity. When you own your divine nature, when you know that if there is a Jesus, or if there is a Hitler, if there is anything, you name it, we are all connected. So if I am able to attract Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden into my life, so are you. We're all connected. Everything is connected. That makes sense? I know I went a little bit on that one. And then the E in AllOne is for energy, because everything is energy. Let's do a little experiment or a little exercise. I'd like you to all just bring your hands together and imagine that you have an energy ball in your hands. And just start to play with it. Everything is made of atoms. Everything. You, me, the chair, the carpet. It's all made of atoms. The space between your hands, the air, it's all made of atoms. Begin to move your hands back and forth a little bit and feel the resistance or the attraction. Notice how different it feels when you pull your hands apart and when you push them together. Beautiful. Okay, now put your hands around your knee and feel the difference of it when you put an object between. You feel how that energy changes? Yes, you can feel that there's something in between, cutting off that connection between your hands. Beautiful. Now, I have this example that I like to share with my students, and I'm going to share it with you. This is top-notch stuff you're getting today. Okay. Imagine that you are sitting at home. It's the end of the night. The dishes are done. Dinner's over. The children are playing in the room quietly. And you're just watching television, or you're reading your book, or whatever it is. But you suddenly notice you don't hear the kids. They're too quiet. So what do? You go like this. You turn off the television. You listen with every fiber of your being, right? The hairs are standing up on the back of your neck. And suddenly you get a picture in your mind. Those kids are in the bathroom and they're feeding toothpaste to the dog. You just know it. So you drop the remote control, you run to the bathroom, and those kids are in the bathroom and they're feeding toothpaste to the dog. You have no logical explanation for why you knew that. It was simply your level of awareness. You opened your awareness so that the universe, your guides, your higher self, whatever, whoever it was, could show you what was going on. So now I'd like you to open that awareness. I'm just going to say the words dog toothpaste, and you'll be able to go to that place, right? Feel what that sensation is, that awareness is. Just feel that. And now feel the energy between your hands. Feel what it feels like when you move them back and forth. Feel what it feels like when you put your knee in between your hands. That was just a simple shift of awareness, right? Everything is energy. The only thing that varies between you and you and you and you and me is your degree of awareness of it. We all have these abilities, all of us. Just have to learn how to tap into them. So we're going to do a meditation. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything first. No, we're going to go ahead and do the meditation. You ready? Okay. So uncross your legs. Sit as comfortably as you can. I'm going to put on my favorite hypnotherapy meditation music. You're going to close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale and release it. Another nice big breath in. And I'm just going to ring the bells to clear the energy. And exhale. And one more nice big cleansing breath. And as you inhale, tighten your abdominals and your pelvic floor and hold it. And exhale, releasing those muscles as the breath leaves your body. Beautiful. And we're going to relax from the very top of the head, down across your scalp. Relaxing your cheeks and your jaw. Letting go of any tension that you might feel in your neck and your shoulders. And relaxing from your shoulders all the way down to your fingertips. And we're going to bring that beautiful, peaceful sensation down your spine and across your chest. Through your low back and across your belly. Really feeling the weight of your body now sinking into the chair. Relaxing now from the hips to the knees. Your knees to your feet. And letting any extra energy go right down into the center of the earth. And with your awareness down in the ground now, I'd like you to imagine that you are a mighty redwood tree with your roots down in the soil. And your roots are intertwined with all of the roots of everyone else in this room. And really everyone else on this planet. We're all connected. We are all one. And now imagine that you can bring in nourishment, minerals and nutrients from the soil up through your roots and let them rise through your body the way sap rises in a tree, all the way up to the top of your head. And with your awareness at the top of your head, I'd like you to imagine that you can bring down pure universal light. Let it come in through your crown and move down your spine, down your arms and your legs, and intermingle with all of the nourishment you brought up from the earth until you're positively vibrating. You are completely supported. You are in the arms of Mother Nature, safe and well. And now I'd like you to bring your attention to your heart center, where you're going to find a beautiful neon green spinning wheel of light. And as this energy center spins in a clockwise direction, we're going to begin to invite your guides and mine, all of the angels and any other ascended masters who wish to participate in your healing today. And we're going to ask them to help us to release anything that's holding us back. Any doubt, any fear, any limiting beliefs, any old lies you were ever told about being unworthy. Imagine that you can watch them all just evaporate like a mist, moving out and away from your body and disappearing into absolute nothingness. And as all of these things leave, you begin to feel lighter. You begin to feel freer. And now, again, we're going to ask your guides and the angels to begin to attract the things that you desire in your life. So we want to bring in clarity. We want to bring in a rock solid belief in our worth. We want to bring in alignment. And we're going to ask your guides now to attract the things that maybe you're not even consciously aware of, that you desire or that you need, because your higher self knows. And we're just going to trust that they're going to bring exactly what you need in exactly the right timing. And as all of these things settle into your heart center, allow yourself to feel gratitude. Allow yourself to give a silent thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you for always supporting me, for always being exactly what I need. And gratitude is one of the most highest vibrational frequencies that we can embody. And from this vibration that you've created within your body, I'd like you to bring your attention now to any pain or illness, anything that's going on in your body that you would like to elevate. And now with your focus on that body part, on that system, on whatever it is, bring the awareness of dog toothpaste. Go in there and imagine that you can see it, that you can taste it, smell it, touch it, feel it, whatever your specific abilities are. Get to know it. And the same way that we were expanding the energy between our hands, imagine that you can expand the energy between the molecules of your pain, of your illness, and trust that the particles that are part of your physical body are now able to leave and be eliminated through your bloodstream. And all of the energetic particles are able to dissipate and move out and away from your body. Now bring your attention to that body part again. Bring your dog toothpaste awareness to that body part again. It's lighter. It's more clear. Maybe it's gone. This is quantum healing. This is how you do it. You know, again, bring your attention back to your heart. Give a silent thanks. Thank all the guides, all the angels, all the ascended masters who came to help you today. And now just surround your body with white light. From head to toe, imagine that you are in an eggshell. Sealing in all the work that you just did with pure universal love. And when you're ready, when you feel complete, you can start to come back into the room. Do some gentle stretching. Yay. How does everybody feel? Everyone feel a shift? Do you feel like whatever your pain was is transmuted, transformed, disappeared? Yay. Excellent. Excellent. All right. I have another exercise that I'd like us all to do, and this one requires a partner. So whoever you came with or whoever is sitting next to you, I'd like you to pair up, and what I'd like you to do is raise your right arm above your head and put it behind you, and try to make your left hand touch your right. Now your partner is going to look at the space between your fingers and tell you how much space you've got or how much overlap you've got, okay? You have about
you're good.
3 inches of overlap. Good job. Good job. Got an inch. Okay, now shake it out.
Does it matter which arm?
No, I do it with my right arm because I don't know why, because I'm a righty. I don't know. Okay, now we're going to do it again, but this time I'd like you to ground your energy. Bring in divine energy into the top of your head. And with your heightened dog toothpaste awareness, do it again. And look at the difference. Oh, you can almost touch. Oh, very good. Yay, see? And the only thing that changed was your level of awareness. Imagine bringing that awareness to every single difficulty in your life. How easily you'll be able to transform relationships, problems with coworkers, issues that don't have to do with other people, that have to do with maybe your blender isn't working. And if you just bring your dog toothpaste to your blender, it will raise the vibration of everything, whatever it is that you're doing. Did everyone have an easy time following me with the meditation?
Yes.
You were able to visualize it and feel it? Yeah, amens, okay. What Annie and I have dedicated our lives to and what we've been doing since 2011, we've taught more than 2,100 students how to master these quantum healing techniques. We help them become their own shaman, their own guru, so that they don't need to go outside themselves for anything that they need. It's an 8-week program. We meet in Castro Valley, which is right over the hill. We're going to be meeting in September and October for 8 weeks on Tuesday nights, 6 to 7:30. And you're going to learn how to transform your life. In the first week, we talk about the difference between my energy and your energy, so that when someone new enters the room and they bring a funky vibe with them, that it doesn't knock you out of balance, that you get to maintain your alignment. This is a skill that we should probably be taught from when we're here, but we don't, right? So we're going to learn how to do that. Then we're going to learn how to meditate, and I mean really meditate, to get to that state of pure bliss, because that's where miracles happen. And then we're going to learn about the anatomy of energy, the aura, the layer of the auras, the chakras, and I'm talking from the foot chakra all the way up to the 12th layer of your aura, every one of those energy centers, the physical energy centers and the spiritual energy centers. And you'll learn how to tune into each one of them for divine guidance. On the 4th week, we talk about natural healing. So that's herbs. We're going to make an herbal remedy using some of the rainforest herbs that I brought back with me from the jungle. And we're going to talk about nutrition and sleep and exercise and diet and all of those things in week 4. In week 5, it starts to get really fun. We start to pick up speed. In the first 4 weeks, I'm going to be Miyagiing you. You're going to be learning little things that by the time that we get to week 6, you're going to go, oh, like the dog toothpaste thing. You're going to go, I know what to do when I say dog toothpaste. We are going to learn what your specific gifts are. Many people aren't aware of what their gifts are because it's just something that you use every day, something that you know you're good at. And when other people aren't good at it, you get upset with them, like, how come you can't? Because that's your gift, that's not their gift. So we'll fine tune and tap into what those things are. And then we're going to practice communicating with spirits on the other side. How many of you would like to be able to talk to your loved ones who have passed, right? Without having to go to someone who is going to tell you what they say, what their interpretation is of what they say. You want to do it yourself. So we're going to learn how to do that. Then we're going to do past life regressions. We're going to find out who you were, because knowing who you were and what energies, patterns you brought forward into this life can be very healing. I have no idea why I can't be on time to anything. Well, because in that lifetime you had XYZ going on, and now that'll fix this in this lifetime. It's little subtle things, little subtle shifts. In the 7th week, we're going to actually be working on each other, doing quantum healing on each other, opening and releasing pain and disease. And then in week 8, our final week, we're going to go on a spirit quest. So we're going to go into deep meditation. We're going to do a Maya cacao ceremony. And the instructions are to go into the wilderness and don't come back until you know what your purpose on this planet is. When you know your mission, then you can come back. And then you will get a holistic health practitioner certification, something that you can hang on the wall and post on your website, because it is widely recognized by the world. A holistic health practitioner is somebody that anyone who has been disillusioned by the jab is looking for. They don't want the doctor anymore. They want a holistic health practitioner, and you're going to be it. You're going to be well-versed in healing. And since everything is energy and everything is, energy healing is the only valid healing modality on the planet. There's no other way to look at it. So you want to get really good at it. And you're going to have the time of your life. It's so much fun. Does anyone have any questions?
What did you say dates were?
So we're going to begin September 10th. and go through October 29th, I believe it is. They're all Tuesday nights. Yeah, from 6 o'clock until 7:30. The 10th of September to the 29th of October. Yes. And Annie has in her hot little hand 50% coupons, discount coupons. So when you go on the website, there's a QR code on the card so that you can register, and there's a coupon code that you can plug in. It's $2,500. You're going to get it for $13, or you're going to get it for $12.50. Yes.
How many students do you allow?
Well, we have our own healing center, so we want to fill the room. We want all of you to come.
What is the name of the center?
It's the AllOne Healing Academy, and we're in Castro Valley, right on Castro Valley Boulevard. If you're familiar with the area, we're right next to the Chabot Theater, the old-fashioned movie theater. So it's really easy to get to, right off of 580, simple to get to. And Annie will hand you coupons as you walk out the door, so everyone will be able to take advantage of this great deal.
How many weeks is it? That is, so it's like 8 weeks, you say?
It's 8 weeks.
8 weeks, okay.
Yes. Does anyone else have any questions? Yes?
How long have you guys been in Castro Valley?
Just 6 years. Yeah. I started out in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. We're not talking about coffee, so you probably couldn't pick that up.
I'm from New York.
You're from New York. Ah, so she probably already knew. She was in the know. Yes. Brooklyn. Well, look at that. Okay. See, we're all connected. The world is a very small place. Yes.
What book did you write that's a bestseller?
I wrote 2 books on my own. One is, what do you call it when there's a bunch of
Collaboration.
a collaboration? That's not exactly the word, but you know what I mean. So I wrote a chapter on healing in another book, and that was the one, and it's called Money, Women, and the Energy of Life. Yes. And I'm working on my 4th book, and I'm hoping that it'll come out by the time that Greg and Bruce join us here in the Soul Search family, which is going to be about this time next year. They're going to be standing here with me. Actually, they probably won't be, because we're going to need a much bigger room. Yes, but they're excited to meet all of you. They can't wait to come and share all of their wisdom and guidance with all of you. Anybody else? Well, the only question left is, are you ready to have the time of your life? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much. Put your coupons